I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars. I think it's my turn to have a bit of a whinge at the beginning of this. I've had quite a few days here, and I just want to say I may not be quite on tip-top form this evening. Been a little busy on the work front.
Yeah, it's been all go, yeah.
Been all go, and some sleep may have been foregoed, and in the interest of client stability, and not like that. And yeah, it's I'm a bit all over the place, to be honest.
That's fine. You're here. That'll do.
I'm here. I may not always say the right words. Sentences may not come out in the right order. I might occasionally say poo or something like that, but we'll be all right.
You got some sort of sleepy Tourette's, so that's all right.
Yeah, it may happen. Yeah. It may happen, but it's all right. I've got some wine, which we know will always help. So,
it's the nectar, isn't it?
It is the nectar, but yeah, it's all been going on this week, and it's been a bit stressy, and may have not got to bed at the times you would normally get to bed. So it's. Yeah, but all is well. We're getting it sorted, and I'll be okay. But I think it shows, the level of importance we place on our listeners' entertainment that we're here at all.
Yeah, we soldier on. Yeah.
Oh, we do. Yeah,
unless you're useless like I am and ducked out when it was pneumonia.
Yeah, that was a bit wussy.
Yeah,
if we're honest. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I mean, everyone would have loved me sort of coughing for an hour straight, wouldn't they? That would have been brilliant.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it. I mean, it may be not the main podcast. We might have to start a sort of second, like Stuff and Waffle Extra or something like that, and it'd just be you hacking a lung up for an hour.
Yeah, there were moments like that.
Yeah.
Oh dear, but yeah, we're all right. We're here.
We're all right. We're here.
You're awake-ish.
I'm awake-ish. I may not be as sharp as perhaps sometimes might be, but I doubt people will notice any difference. To be honest,
there might be. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Yeah,
we'll be fine. Right. So, have you got something slightly more car related to kick us off then?
Probably.
Have you? Go on then.
I can't remember what it is. Oh yes, I can. It's just come back to me. See, that is an example of what is going to happen tonight. I drift.
That's fine, because I thought you've had your sort of moan and your disclaimer up front. I thought if we drag it to cars before we slip into my moan, I think that's probably keep the roller coaster going.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Well, there is a little something, yes, that I became aware of this week that I think we need to make mention of. I don't think it should pass without us commenting, and that is the end of the Ford Mondeo. Sad moment. Yeah. I believe the last one rolled off the production line on last day of March the whatever it was.
31st.
That'll be it. You see, this is just not got it. So yeah, then in Spain, I believe, which is where they were finally being made, and that is it for the Mondeo, which I think is a great shame.
It comes back to the sort of weekly moan, doesn't it? It's probably because of people just buying SUVs.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing, isn't it? It probably is. And the fact that the fleet market is going elsewhere.
Yeah, I suppose, actually, no, it's probably unfair to say that's purely SUVs, is it? Because there's still quite the market for the German saloons.
True. And it always did compete very well with them. It was unexpectedly good, wasn't it, the Mondeo?
It was. I suppose it's a bit like when we talked about it before, when we go back to days of old and the rep cars and the model levels to show how far you up or how well you've done.
Ford were very good at that.
Yes. They were brilliant.
The automotive class system. Yes.
That works superbly, but I suppose there was a shift, wasn't there? Sort of probably early 2000s where kind of leasing thing became more prevalent and the German brands became a bit more accessible.
Well, people, including fleet buyers, stopped actually buying cars, didn't
That's
they?
right. Yeah.
Everybody's got a PCP deal or a finance or a lease, or
Mm.
you don't buy cars anymore. Nobody does really.
No.
And that's the difference. And maybe that's a function of cars like the Mondeo not selling so well.
That's it. When you're paying for it on the monthly, you look at it and go, "Oh, if I pay just a tad extra, I can have myself a 5 Series or something like that."
Yeah, exactly. Another £5 a month, look, and I can have those bigger alloy wheels. Yeah,
Yeah.
something that, I mean, you do, don't you? Or another 20 quid a month, and I can have the better stereo. Or
Mm.
yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of that. It's not the same experience, is it? It's not the same thinking when you're buying a car. But
No.
but the Mondeo did extremely well.
Yeah. I mean, it really had its heyday when was it launched? Was it 92 or 93?
93, I believe.
Mm.
Maybe I haven't researched that, but I believe the Mark One was 93, and the Mark One was superb. I drove a Mark One. The company I worked for in the mid 90s, my boss at that time got a brand new Mark One Mondeo, and I drove it on several occasions, and it was brilliant.
Mm.
Absolutely brilliant. The driving position was fantastic. Brilliant visibility, because of course it comes from that era where before the sort of window line started to rise,
Yeah, plenty
and
of
you get
glass.
loads of glass. It was a really comfortable car,
Mm.
really easy to drive. And I drove a few over the years of successive models, but the Mark One, which you never see anymore, although there is a Mark One estate that lives locally, that I sometimes see in the local Tesco's car park.
Okay.
It's in
Yeah.
that kind of pinky lilac-y color that they did.
All
I don't know
right.
if you remember that,
I
but
do.
it's yeah,
There's
really nice. Steel wheels, hubcaps. It looks in pretty good shape, and I quite often see it around. That's what would that be? I think it's an M plate, which would make it a 90. What would that be? 95, 96?
Yeah, we're somewhere
I
around
think.
there.
Yeah.
95 sounds right.
Yeah.
I will send you a picture actually.
Oh,
This is one that is still. This is. I searched in Google briefly while we were talking there, just to go. Oh, there's one of these in Barnstable, and I
oh.
searched for this particular model of Mark One Mondeo, and on the first page of the first row on image search came up with the exact car in Barnstable.
Wonderful.
Yeah, this one, that one there is still
Oh,
about an SI.
that's a color, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they called it Citrine.
Did they?
I think.
Right.
Yeah, so an
Am
SI.
I right in saying that particular model would appear to be on Escort RS wheels, or
I
Escort Cosworth wheels?
think so.
They don't look like Mondeo wheels. They look like Escort wheels from the right era, but Escort, not Mondeo. I think that's quite common, actually. There's a lot of wheel
I
replacement on
mean,
those.
saying that though, I'm sure I've seen a lot on those wheels.
It could mean maybe they were something similar, or they used them on both. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, the thing is, an SI even at the time they weren't particularly common.
No, not at all. It's still a good-looking car,
It
isn't it?
is, and that's there's a bit of rarity there as well. Not only is it the SI, it's a saloon. I think. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think all of the SIs were saloons, were they? That was.
Probably not. No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
My Mondeo history is a bit lacking there.
Yeah,
But
the Mark One's still such a good-looking car.
it is indeed.
Mm.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, we'd all have one, but I bet I've not looked at any prices of late, but I bet they're going upwards.
Mark Ones are going upwards. Mark Twos are still kicking around at silly low money, as are Mark Threes. In fact, you can get some. In fact, we've looked at a few adverts. You
Mm.
can get a really high spec, tidy Mark Three for a few £100. They
Blimey.
are still ridiculously cheap.
Mm.
the Mark IIIs, and of course the Mark III had the distinction, if you like, of during its production run, it began to outsell the BMW 3 Series,
That's quite
which
the,
was quite a thing.
that's quite the claim, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't all the time. It switched back again the other way, which actually technically made the Mondeo the more exclusive of the two
And
cars.
this is true. I mean, it became more and more that way as its lifespan went on.
Yeah,
But
it did.
which is odd because well, you think it was always a good car.
It was always a good car, but it became the more sort of thinking man's choice when sales started to decline, and it was starting to be outsold itself then by cars like the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes C-Class, things like that. And you think, well, actually, the Mondeo is the cleverer choice
Yeah.
because it's less expensive, it's really well built, it drives brilliantly, it's
Yeah.
really practical, it's reliable. There's a garage that can service it on every corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it was a very clever choice. And it was a shame that it started to decline because it's always been a good car in all its iterations. But I suppose it's now reached a point where Ford just don't want to carry on with it. It's just not selling.
Mm.
You never see a new one.
I haven't seen one in a long time, if I'm honest.
You still see quite a lot of Mark IIIs. They're still around. But the later ones beyond that, yeah, I mean, you kind of just don't. I did see one actually. I don't know if it was a Mark IV or a Mark V. They're kind of the same.
Yeah.
But it was in bright white, and it was up the road. It was following. It was weird. It was following another bright white XJ, the Callum shape one, the later one, X351. Would that be?
Yeah, that sounds like the right sort of
I
number.
think so. I think so. And yeah, say these two bright white big saloon cars wafting up the road, and I have to say, although the Jag, looks very striking, the Mondeo, it looked good next to the XJ. It
Holding its
can,
own.
yeah, it can hold its own, absolutely.
Oh, we like that.
They're a good car, but I thought we needed to just touch on the fact that it is no more as of last month, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think I think
important.
that's very sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It is. We've got a decline in that particular area, and think, well, I know that there's a bit of we touched on it off podcast about a bit of badge hanging around.
yeah.
It was purely a, a model in China, but not really a Mondeo, just a Mondeo.
No, they're keeping the name, but it's got nothing to do with the car that we know. And in America, the Ford Fusion is sort of the Mondeo.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're discontinuing that as well, but
Mm.
it was never sold as the Mondeo there, so I imagine. But it is kind of the same car, so I imagine they'll be knocking that on the head as well.
Yeah, I expect so. Yeah, well, in America, get them an SUV or a truck.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Why would you want a saloon car when you can have a pickup?
Of course, yes. Well, that's this. We ask that question every single day.
And this is indicative of the problem. Yes.
No, you were definitely right to bring that up. It is a shame.
Yeah, it is. It
Um,
is. It's quite a moment, that the passing of the Mondeo. It's
yeah,
been street furniture for a long time now.
that's it. We've all had some connection to one somewhere along
We've
the line.
all either had one or driven one or known someone who's had one or, been driven home in one when we've been too drunk to speak properly on a Saturday night and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
that'll happen.
Yes.
Yes, Dad.
Yes.
Yeah, I can trace mine back. Dad had one as a company car.
There you go. Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Of
Yes.
course he did. Yes.
Yeah, he had the. Well, what did they call it? It was the Mark 1.5, wasn't it? Basically. Well, they did it weird, didn't they? It was because they had the Generation 1 and Generation 2 were different to Marks 1 and 2. Mark 1 and Mark 2 were Generation 1.
You're right. Yes, that's true. The one we think of as the Mark II, which was the big headlight one.
That's right.
That was only really a sort of rough facelift of the Mark 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the one he had as the company car.
But the big headlight one.
Big headlight one.
Yeah.
He didn't have it for very long. Not because he didn't like it, just because it got swapped out for someone else because someone needed a car like a Mondeo, and they said, "Oh, take his one, and we'll give him something different."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
that happens. Yes,
that does. So yes, we had one of those briefly, probably only a couple of months, but yeah, it was. It was. Oh, it just worked. It was big. It was comfy.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Ideal.
yes, a model that will sorely be missed.
Yes, very sad. But plenty of them around. And as I say, if you want to get yourself a Mark III, they are still silly cheap at the moment. So
yeah, that's fine. There's, like you say, while the model as a new car is dead, it's not like it's the last time you're going to see a Mondeo. So you're probably
no. That's right. We could even perhaps have a slight side bit of consumer advice there. Instead of just buy a Mark 1 Focus, just buy a Mark III Mondeo.
Well, yeah, why not? Yeah, you might need something slightly larger, so go and buy one of those. You're going to be in the same stable and same.
You will not go wrong. You will not go wrong.
No, you'll be all right.
You would.
No, I like that. So yes, very good nod. I'm happy we touched on that. So
I think so. That was important. We'd have been remiss had we not covered that.
I think it's good. It's good to do it, even though we missed it by pretty much a whole month, didn't we? But there we go.
Yeah, well, we won't. You didn't have to mention that.
No, well, I mean, we're not exactly current affairs. Sometimes it appears so, but we're not.
Yeah, that's an accident when that happens.
Yeah, no, when it comes out in conjunction with it is pure coincidence because we do record slightly ahead of time. So if it matches up, that is not on purpose.
No, it's absolutely complete accident, and we apologise when that happens. We try and keep it completely irrelevant at all times.
Right. Let's drag it back to normal.
What you got for us then?
I've got a moan.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yeah. Right. So I can trace the initial bit of the moan back to ailments.
Okay. Well, you've had a few.
No, I have. I can still sort of run out of energy really quickly after the grottiness of manky lungs and all that. And on Saturday, I probably did a bit too much.
Well, you were booked in for quite a busy day. I see.
Yeah, so I did loads.
Yeah.
And then I got to I'd sat my ass down and was editing an episode of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I was parked on the sofa, headphones on, had the laptop out doing the thing, so that was fine. And then the phone goes. Oh God! It was Kaylee. And said, "Oh, my car's dead." Oh bloody!
Oh no! What, the Mini?
Yeah.
Oh, that was supposed to be the reliable of the two.
Yes. How you managed? I wonder how that's happening. So it's like, well, I don't know. So maybe something got left on. Maybe it had just anything inside. So they packed me, shut my laptop down, got in the car, went down there, popped the leads on, started the Mini, off we go. And we made it slightly out of town and it died. Okay, that's not just a flat battery then.
No, that's something more, right?
Right, so that was good. So yeah, so quick diagnosis again. Yep, that alternator has had it.
Well, no.
So that's good. So there we are, stranded on that with a Mini full of her work stuff as well. So I had the Volvo.
Of course.
So I said, look, we've got breakdown cover.
Yeah.
So I said, right, what we'll do is we'll get them just to take it straight down the garage because I've got enough on my plate. I'm not changing an alternator at the minute.
No, not having that. So decant all her work stuff from the Mini into the Volvo.
That's right. And I said, I tell you what, you're named on my breakdown policy. If you ring them and tell them that you're a female on your own, they will come quicker than if I ring them.
Yeah, throw in that she's pregnant as well. They'll be right there. Yeah.
No, that too many questions. How has that happened? What? Oh God!
Oh no. Okay.
Can of worms. Yeah. So we went through all of the palaver of that. And I was already flagging before I even went out. It's like, oh, for Christ's sake, bloody cars.
No.
But yes, at least it's a known quantity, I suppose.
I suppose. I imagine a mini alternator is not going to break the bank.
No, I don't think it's going to be ruinous. It's just at the end of a busy day. I mean, it's thoroughly irritating for Kaylee as well because she just finished work.
Well, of course, yes. On her way home, yes.
Yeah. But yes, not so good. You know, I gave it a quick once over, and what was it? I think the alternator clearly wasn't doing anything because I tested it and we're getting 7.5 volts. So like, oh dear.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No, that's not enough. You're missing by, pretty much same again.
So kind of all of them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bloody cars.
Start again. Right.
Yeah. So that's one text to my mechanic on a Saturday saying, "Terribly sorry, I've left a dead car outside your garage.
I've deposited a body on your premises."
Yeah. I said, so put the keys through the letterbox. Not that there'll be much use. It won't start. But...
It won't go.
No. So yeah, he was thrilled. I mean, I did say to him, "It's no rush, please. I realise I've not booked this in. I've just dropped this outside
yes,
the door.
do please take your time." Yes.
Yeah. What a pain in the ass that was.
It's old cars, though, isn't it? It's old cars.
Well, having looked at it, it really looks that it looks a bit old and crusty. I would not be surprised if it's the original.
Oh, really? Oh, well, then it's done fair time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it served its purpose because that car's 21 years old.
Yeah. Well, what is it? It's a 2000 and...
Yeah, it's a 2001 51 plate.
2001. Well, there you are. You see, it's only 6 months older than our Puma. So...
Well, this is true. Yeah.
We're both at it at the moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I will get you an exact date of registration. There we go. It's registered October 2001.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah, I thought
very good.
We'll be accurate there. So yeah.
And the Puma is a March 2002.
Oh, so really? Not far apart at all.
Not far apart at all. No. There we go.
But yes,
except yours was made in Oxford and ours was made in Cologne, I think.
Yes. Yeah, that was fun on a Saturday having to go and.
You don't need that.
No, try and make electricity appear in a car that really
doesn't want it. Yeah, no, that's no good. That's a great shame. Yes.
But there we go. No, that'll come back. While it's in there, I'm going to get him to do a couple of other little bits and bobs on it. And not to mention some tyres because it has the run flats. No matter where I shop around, the price that he gets for tyres is ridiculously good. So.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a really weird way of doing it, ordering your tyres through your mechanic, but he seems to get a much better price than I do. So.
Oh, very good.
So, yep, we'll have some of that while it's in there.
Why not, indeed? Yeah, excellent.
Yes, so yeah, have a little rant about that.
Well, it's going to happen, mate, when you're running older cars, I'm afraid.
Well, it is. It's like not the end of the world, and it was, like we said, easily diagnosed, just not easily remedied because it wouldn't go. So
not a lot you can do with that on the roadside. No,
but that we pay whatever. I can't even remember what we pay for breakdown, but it's not a lot, and it serves its purpose nicely.
You've got to have it, really. Yeah,
and I'll give them a plug actually because I can't be doing with your RACs or your AAs. They're too expensive and not the greatest service in the world. I use AutoAid.
Oh, you've mentioned them before.
Yeah, which the way they work is they're kind of they oversee everything, but if you have a breakdown, they'll liaise with local companies that they've done deals with.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get you'll get a local guy.
You'll
To
get a
wherever
local
you break
guy who knows where you are and
down.
can take you somewhere. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, all for a
Okay. And that
significant
holds
benefit.
even if you're away from home, even if you're on a trip somewhere and it conks
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
they'd
yeah, yeah.
still,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
whoever's local to where your breakdown is, and
yeah,
think,
very good.
yeah, I think it's I'm paying 60 quid a year, and it covers me and Kaylee in any car.
It's not, it's not bad, is it?
It's
It's
not a
not
lot
bad in any
uh,
car. Yeah, that's yeah.
compared to the big brands and their prices.
I am going to seek them out. I may well take you up on that.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, not
it's
you. It's not with
no,
you,
no.
is it? You
I'm
know
not
what I
going to
mean?
be of any use to
No.
them.
Are you a shareholder in this company?
No, no. I'm no benefits to me whatsoever there.
No, full transparency. No backhanders.
No
There.
backhanders, no
No.
sponsorship. I've only had to call them out twice, the Mini being the second time, and every time they're absolutely brilliant. Can't do enough. And then a little later in the day, they ring you to make sure that you got to where you needed to go safely, and
Wow.
they're really good. So yeah, have a
Excellent.
bit of that.
I will make a note of them. Yes.
Yes, right. Okay, so let's move away from the rant. Let's go for observation, shall we? Right. With it being this particular time of year again, this is where I'm in my happy place because all of the racing begins again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but there we go. I'm not going to talk specifically about the racing. What I'm going to say is because it's we've touched on it before because we did a brief little segment about it. It's the new Formula One regulations this year. They've had a bit of a shake up.
Ah, yes.
And we did it. I made you look at some pictures of them, and you made what I would deem intelligent comments as an outsider.
Again, it's very easy to fool people.
Yeah, well, it seemed to work. So yeah, what that entailed was that I needed to renew a TV subscription in order to watch live races. So
Okay.
we had to do some shifting about to make sure, because it's bloody expensive if you go direct to Sky, who have the monopoly on it.
Yeah.
So we ended up doing it through their sub brand now and getting an offer and doing all that, which is fine.
Okay. Very good.
So I'm happy. I've been watching them. What I'm not happy about is that ordinarily, if it's off season from watching motorsport, I don't tend to watch broadcast television.
No.
It's one of those things. So
yeah.
But obviously it's unavoidable when you want to watch something live. So what seems odd, because I haven't seen telly in a while. I was watching qualifying at the weekend. It was on fairly early because they were in Australia, but Kaylee had to get up for work on a Saturday morning, and I was like, well, I'll give you a hand with bits and bobs, and I'll just watch the end of this.
Fair enough.
And what? I don't know where they've dragged him back out from, but you remember Ross Kemp?
I do.
Because he did EastEnders. We all know that.
He did.
Yeah. So that was a thing, and then he started working for Sky. Not after he did that. And you remember he was doing. Here he goes. He's going to go and find some street gangs in America or wherever it was, or South America in some instances, and take a film crew with him and try not to get his head kicked in.
And be the Cockney cheeky chappy and see if he can make that fly over there. Yes.
That's it. So that went on.
Where they won't know what the hell he's saying. Yes.
No, they've got no idea who this really strange bloke is.
Never heard of him before. No, you might be big in England, but you mean nothing here.
No, no, very odd. Very odd.
Yes.
And as far as I know, that was it. And yet, on the television, an advert crops up for Ross Kemp doing another TV show. No, what's this? And
what's he up to now?
Right, okay. So I'm going to give you 3 guesses for ludicrous TV scenario with Ross Kemp in it.
For Ross Kemp.
So, go on.
Well, let's see here. I'm guessing it's probably not a gardening show,
That's good. That's good.
and
Yeah,
it's
no,
probably not a cooking show
no,
because they're both quite popular, but I can't see him doing them.
no, no.
Let's see, what else would he do? Um, let's see. He's learning to fly a helicopter.
Oh, it's a good guess, but it's not right.
It's not right. Okay. Okay, because that might have worked.
Yeah, that would. I mean, if they listen to this, they're going to get ideas.
Okay. He goes with one of those guys who climbs up those massive tall aerials to fix the little flashy thing at the top. And they're climbing for a day.
Oh, yeah.
The ones, and they have to
I know.
tie themselves onto it, and it all sways in the wind. And one of those guys.
Again, excellent guess, but no.
You watch their videos, and it makes you feel ill just watching it.
It does. I remember watching. Do you remember when Richard Hammond was doing those things on National Geographic?
Yes.
And I think he went up a building, he went up quite far, but ruled out the last little bit.
The very bit at the top.
Yeah, he's like, I am all right, thanks.
That is as far as I'm going.
Yeah, no, I want something bulky to still hang on to. You can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very good guess, but no.
Still not that.
No,
okay.
So you got one left.
Oh, one more guess left. Okay. All right, he's in the depths of Africa tracking lions or something like that for scientific research.
Another fantastic guess. But I'm afraid not.
No, I think those are 3 shows we want to see now.
Yeah, I think we should send this episode off to whatever production company he uses. We'll find out. Actually, I'll do some research and go. Have you thought of these? I think that aerial one's my particular favourite.
You like him going up really, really tall, thin, spindly towers
because he's a big lad. The second he gets up to that, he's going to snap that.
He's going to unbalance that dangerously. Yeah,
that's
going to be swinging all over the place.
Oh my goodness me! Yeah, that'd be it. No. No, you'll like this. The title of the show is Ross Kemp, Shipwreck Treasure Hunter.
Oh, it's so obvious now you've said that. How could I not have... Why could I not have thought of that?
And we're making an out-of-work actor dive down to shipwrecks to see if there's any shite lying around.
And as you rightly pointed out, he is a big lad.
Well, it's no problem getting down to the shipwreck.
He's going to sink like a stone.
I'm not saying he's fat, but he's just a big lad.
No, he's not. He's just, he's bulky.
Yeah.
Blimey, Shipwreck Treasure Hunter.
What a load of nonsense.
Dear, oh dear. What's he going to find? That's terrifying.
Well, from the bloody trailer, it looked like barnacles, and that was it.
Well, exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Dear, oh dear.
What a state to get in. You go, right, this is why I don't watch broadcast television.
That is why you don't, because,
absolute toss.
His career has not gone well, I'm suggesting.
No, he's plummeted off the cliff, and now he's sinking through the water that he landed in.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? Yes, he is actually literally sinking below the waves now.
Unbelievable. I just...
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I don't want to spend any of my time watching that, if that's all right with you.
No, that's fine. And you think... Yeah, but you think in their heyday, they must have thought that they were this hot shit.
Well, yeah, presumably.
Well, I heard.
Do they think that he's so popular that people will just watch anything that he's in?
Well, I assume so, but I just think I don't. In terms of Sky Television, which this is being broadcast on, all the people I know that had Sky have cancelled it.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I mean, we had it for a while and we binned it off, and we just make it up with apps now and just go, well, it's fine. It's
absolutely. It's
a business model that doesn't seem to work.
No, not anymore.
But they still seem to churn out their shite. But yeah. But so there we go. He's down fiddling with barnacles, so that's good.
My word.
I just don't get it.
No.
I don't get it. I mean, we're what are we 20 years on from his heyday now?
Oh, it must be, mustn't it? Isn't it? Well, wasn't he one of the ones that left EastEnders and then went back?
No,
Because
probably.
he found nothing else paid quite the same.
I don't know. I mean, I remember it was one of those things. EastEnders was something that was in my consciousness because I still lived at home roughly around that time.
Yes,
With
exactly
parents
that.
and mother
Yes.
was all up in that.
Yeah, so was mine. Yeah.
But yeah, ever since moving out, it doesn't enter the consciousness.
No, not at all. I know he was in it quite early on. I don't think he was there originally, but he was in it fairly early on.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right.
I think he still had hair when he started in it.
No, he's never had hair. No. No, it would have been a shadow. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's okay. Just a hat. Yeah, or balaclava, probably, given the character he played.
Oh, God. Do you remember? Oh, my God. Why are we? This is all EastEnders. This, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know how we've ended up here.
But do you remember I think it was wife in EastEnders, was played by Martine McCutcheon.
I remember her. I don't remember her being his wife, but that's.
I think it
because
was.
I didn't watch it. So
no, right. No, I think where you stopped watching, I still, because I was slightly younger, I probably filled that gap for us.
Probably, yes. Yeah, so yes, okay. And she was in it. I know that. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I heard this story from sort of around her heyday. Apparently, someone said that they worked in some production office or something like that, and they were pre-warned that Martine was coming in.
Okay.
And that, again, this is allegedly, I won't say that this occurred, but apparently they were pre-warned to say, you mustn't make eye contact. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, apparently she didn't like that.
Okay.
So if you walk through like an open plan office, you're going to walk through, and would that not be weird when just anyone walking through, whether you're famous or not, and you walk through and everyone was deliberately looking down at their desk to not acknowledge that something was going on? That
would be freaky.
Oh my goodness me.
That's weird. It sounds like she was believing a bit too much of her own PR.
Yes.
The
ideas above station. Yes.
Oh, yes, I think so. Yes. Oh dear.
Shall I throw us sort of towards cars again?
I think you should, because we've gone down a very weird.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one popping out the description for this. And I wonder, again, when you pop the hashtags on for the Instagram post, I wonder how much talk about EastEnders there is. But we'll find out.
It's all a bit strange. Yes.
It is. Well, we all grew up with that utter shite, though, didn't we?
Oh, we did, unfortunately.
We didn't have many channels to choose from.
No. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Certainly when we were a lot younger, there was nothing to choose from.
Not really, no. I mean,
living down here, we didn't get Channel 4 for quite a while.
No, and then there was the big hoo-ha of going, oh, there's a fifth channel going, in all fuzzy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So were the programs that were on it, but
God, utter toss.
Oh yeah. Oh, complete rubbish. Yes. You remember when they tried to get that new soap opera off the ground? You remember that on Channel 5? El Dorado.
No. El Dorado was BBC.
Was it?
I'm sure.
What was the one that was? I thought it was Channel 5. It was complete crap, whatever it was.
Oh my God. I don't know where I've dragged this out of. The Channel 5 one, I think, was called Family Affairs.
Blimey, you shouldn't know that.
Oh my God, I'm going to Google that just to see.
If that's right, you need help.
Shit, it was as well.
That's really disturbing. God.
What a state to get in.
You really shouldn't know that. That's not right.
Right, okay. Let's drag it. Actually, you did really well there with, El Dorado.
Well, it was a car, if that counts.
Well, do you remember the car? Well, it was a car. It's a Cadillac. But one of the main protagonists in the El Dorado soap opera, which was BBC and was broadcast during the day. Oh my God!
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the guy in it, but he drove an Alpine A610.
Limey. That's quite a choice.
Yeah, really strong choice.
Yeah.
As I recall, I think the crescendo to it being taken off the air was the car being blown up.
Oh.
And I think, oh God, this is why we down this weird rabbit hole. But they did, the car got blown up, but they didn't blow up an A610. They filmed it from quite far off and sort of made it look vaguely right. But I think it was kind of a bit of a butchered TR7.
Of course. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
think, but don't quote me on that. It
would make
definitely
sense.
wasn't an A610.
Okay. No, well, that's a bit too good to blow up, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're in a very weird place now.
At least it's cars.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So we've got
okay.
really obscure soap operas and the cars involved and the cars that were substituted for the real one. So that's perfect.
On that front, can we whiz back to EastEnders for a minute? Do you remember what Dirty Den's original car was?
Dirty Den's original car?
Yeah, in the very early episodes that he was in, the first time round that he was in it, because obviously he came back to it later on.
God, of course he did. Yeah, he was another one going, he'd run out of money or something like that.
Yeah, he went back to it, a few decades later. Yeah, that's right. But yes, when he was in it the first time, back in the 80s, yes, his character had a car. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, no, I don't.
It was a chocolate brown SD1.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. You could have guessed that.
I probably should have had a little stab at that, really.
You should. What car would he drive? Yes.
Yeah,
he had a brown SD1.
Yeah, oh, he was proper geezer, wasn't he? With those slags.
He was a proper geezer, but when you're talking cars, though, Phil Mitchell, of course, Ross Kemp's brother in the.
He runs a garage, doesn't he?
He runs a garage,
he
but
did.
I
know.
Do you remember what his original car was? Again, you could possibly have a stab at this without knowing.
Oh my God!
It's again. I'm not looking this up. I do just remember, which is again a bit worrying. But
no, it's all right. It's fine. No, I can't remember. Well, mind you, though, if we're gonna have a guess, I suppose.
You'll kick yourself if you don't get this.
Part of me thinks a Ford of some description.
Nope.
No.
You're going to kick yourself. The Series 3 XJ.
Oh.
What else?
I assume he stole it.
Well, I would think. And it was later replaced with an XJ40.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nutty hell. Oh, he's done well there.
Go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Cockney villain, isn't he? Of course he's got a Series 3 XJ. What else would he drive? I'm slightly disappointed you didn't get that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That is a... Yeah, I should have guessed, Jack, really.
Yeah, you should have guessed, Jack. Yes.
But... Have we touched on it? Remember we talked about Luther?
Yes.
And I told you about the villain in that, George Cornelius. And he had Jags. But while he had Jags and he was a villain, he was a classy villain, whereas Phil Mitchell strikes me as scum.
Yeah. Granted. But he had a car dealership and a garage, didn't he? So
yeah, this is true. Yeah,
he'd have had access to some tasty wheels.
Oh yeah, be cut and shuts and all sorts, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, they won't all be entirely factory fresh, I grant you. But no.
Oh dear. Right. Oh my God, we're no matter how much we try and steer it away, it seems to be EastEnders is the way forward. Yeah?
It's going wrong tonight.
It is. I'll tell you what. Let's go for something that I found in the classifieds.
Okay.
I know we touched on it a little while back, and I said that I'd been playing Gran Turismo a bit too much.
Yes.
And there'd been a lot of perviness in there with the Japanese treats available.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot of that, and it's well, that game has always been heavily Japanese focused because that's where it's made. And the fact that tuning is a big part of the game, be it doing it yourself or buying from famous Japanese tuners.
Yes.
Which is lovely. So been having some races and playing a bit on with Rob as well, and just enjoying a bit. And got to thinking because I've been driving around in some Nissan treats, so couldn't help but browse the classifieds to see what's available that I can't afford.
Yeah.
And there's stuff in there like I was looking at Sylvia's, the sort of anywhere, probably the S13s, 14s, 15s, that sort of thing. So we're going from sort of late 80s to I don't know, early to mid 2000s. And
Right.
they're all unattainable, whether you're getting Sylvia's or 180 SX, anything
of course,
like
yeah.
that.
It's not happening. No,
it's not happening. I kicked myself for a while back. I found a proper UK car as well. It was a 200 SX, unmolested.
Tasty.
And I know it's not insignificant, but it was $6,000.
Okay.
I think for an unmolested one of those, £6,000 is actually a bargain, especially looking at prices at the moment.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But I digress. I found on Piston Heads an S13.
Okay.
But not just any S13. One from a very, very special tuning place in Japan. I will send you a link because this is wonderful. And oh my goodness me! Yeah,
have you gone all unnecessary about this?
It got out of hand on this. There we go. Yep, that's the right person.
Yeah, you sent it to me. Yes.
Good.
Oh, this one. Yes.
Yes, because this cropped up. The listener may have already spotted this as this went on Twitter earlier.
It did, didn't it? Yes.
And just to explain, it's a Tommy Kyra M20 SI, which Tommy Kyra is a tuning house.
I was, I'm afraid, going to have to ask who is Tommy.
They're a tuning house, or they are technically a manufacturer as well. They've done their own stuff here and there.
Okay.
But this is M20. What they do is anything they work on, they basically give it a unique code number, really. They're all not completely unique, but they're all thereabouts, depending on brand, model, and era.
Okay.
So this one is M20 SI, so it's the based on the Sylvia S13, and just got those subtle little tweaks. It's got this one. There were two variants of the S13 that they made. They did the SI NA and the SI and the SIR. And this one and the R were turbocharged, so they're 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbocharged. So it's quite the thing.
It is, isn't it? It's a lovely looking thing.
It's very cool. I mean, it's very 90s.
Oh, granted. Yeah, it is. But I quite like that.
But it's, I tell you what, when things normally go near tuning houses, they can be a little ruined.
It has occurred.
Yes. Yeah, that can go overboard. Whereas this, I don't think is overboard. I think it's
not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're like you said. I mean, it's not for us. This is
good Lord, no.
A fiver short of $45,000. But we
Yes.
we touched on a little while back the Nismo 400R for
Mm.
1.6 million, I believe that was, and go, well, this is positively bargain territory.
Yes, that also had the little button for finance this car underneath it.
Yes, this one's probably more
you
likely to
you
work.
stand maybe a little bit more chance. Yes, with
Yeah, I
this
mean,
one.
it's not going to be spot on, but it, like you say, maybe if you're lucky. But
Maybe if you're lucky and you save all your pennies in your piggy bank for a very long time, you might be able to buy the badge. Yes.
what a thing! What a thing! And
It is. It is. Yeah.
it's not a name that is commonplace by any stretch.
Not at all. No, not at all.
Mm.
No, certainly not over here.
No,
Um,
but
yes.
yeah, we'll have one of those.
Yes, that's very nice. That's very
See,
nice.
I like. I'm surprised that you're quite as gushing about that, because I mean, I know
Yeah.
you're not. I mean, you're interested, but you're not fully into your Japanese weird
No,
stuff.
not at all. No, not at all. Not in the same way that you are. No.
But that
Um,
could be. I could see you having a go in that.
yeah, I
You,
do not dislike that at all.
mm.
That is very nice looking thing. Yeah, because it's quite understated,
Yeah, that I tell you,
isn't it? It's
that's the
not. It's
main
not
thing.
over the
And
top that at all. Yeah, it's not over the top that at all. Um, I think that's what it hasn't. It hasn't got a big silly wing on the back or anything like that, and it's not. The body kit's quite tasteful. It's not. It's not overdone, is it?
no, you're right. It is quite.
Mm,
But I mean, it's not utterly understated, but it is. It is quite lovely, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is. Puts me in mind of a BMW 8 Series.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are similarities,
There are
certainly.
similarities there. Yeah, it's almost the same shape.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
And in
there
my
are.
weakened condition, that's as good as you're going to get at this point. It's about the same shape, isn't it?
That's it. About the
That's,
shape. Yeah, you're.
there we go. That was my extensive review. It's about the same shape as a BMW 8 Series. There you go.
That's how squinty-eyed you've gone.
Pick the bones out of that. Yes.
Oh dear. So, right, are we having one of those each then, just for a laugh?
Yeah, why not? Still a bit of change out of 100 grand. Yeah. They're going to have to be in different colours though, although people think we're.
Right, I'll tell you what, because we're coming to the end and wrapping up here.
Yes.
While we've been finishing off, and we're getting all unnecessary about Tommy Kyra S13s, and
Hmm.
I'm going to just bring it back to EastEnders for a sec.
Oh God.
Right.
No. Right. Yes.
It's car related. We were talking about what's her chops, Marty McCutcheons, who
We
played
were.
Ross Kemp's missus in it.
We think.
No,
Yes.
no, I've double checked.
Oh, you looked it up. Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
so
Yes.
she was called
Right.
Tiffany Mitchell.
Yes, that rings a bell. Vaguely.
And she was killed off.
Of course she was.
She was killed off, and it would appear it was a New Year's death.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so many of them are, aren't they?
Well, that's it, because they try and get the Christmas viewing figures, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Always have a cliffhanger on the Christmas. Yeah.
I'm going to send you a little. This is not car related. This one. This is Ross Kemp related.
Okay.
I don't know who the person on the left is in the insert photo, but don't worry about that.
Okay.
But you can just see the intensity of his acting.
Oh dear.
I'll pop this one on Twitter if I remember when this comes out. There you go. Can you see the intensity there?
Yes, I can. I'm feeling it.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness me!
Right. He's all in that. Yeah.
So right, here we go. New Year's Eve, she gets killed off. Lovely. Right.
Lovely. Yes. Okay.
You do remember that? Oh my God, we're dragging out all the characters here. Do you remember Frank Butcher?
I do remember Frank Butcher. I was going to mention his the Mercedes Benz that he drove.
Well,
at least I think he drove a Mercedes Benz.
I'm sure he did at some point. That does ring a bell.
Yeah. It was either a Mercedes. I think later on he may have had a big headlight Mondeo. I'm not sure.
Very good.
In fact, I'm sure he did.
He did, because that's where I'm going.
Oh my word! How scary is that?
Because she was killed off because she ran out of the pub as he was driving past and twatted her with his big headlight Mondeo.
With his big headlight Mondeo. My word! There you are. I seem to even recall it was green. Why do I remember those details?
We're down a grotty little place today, aren't we?
We really are. Yes, he did. In the later, I mean, he's another one who went and then went back to it.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, he got not only killed off in Eastenders, but in real life as well.
Mike Reed, the actor, yes, passed away. Yeah, that's right.
There we go. There she is, mid twatting.
There it is, and it is green, isn't it? Oh my word! How did I know that? That's terrifying. Get out of my head.
Oh my god! Well,
I don't need to be retaining that information.
This is probably the most obscure we've gone, I think.
Oh, that's really weird. There she is, bouncing off that bonnet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. I thought, well, let's round it off, because I was sure in my head that it was. Well, I wasn't sure. I had an inkling that it was Mondeo related when she got struck.
Yeah, you were quite correct, sir.
And I thought, I'm just gonna double check that, because that would be a lovely way to come full circle for you mentioning Mondeos and us not being able to stop mentioning Eastenders for some weird reason.
For some strange reason. And there is a big headlight Mondeo with a young lady bouncing off its bonnet. How about that? Very good, with a big Cockney comedian at the wheel. Yes. Oh, it's gone well weird tonight, hasn't it?
Yes, but we're all right.
We're okay.
I love this one. I'm going to save these photos and chuck them up.
Oh, you've got to. Otherwise, it won't mean anything.
No, that's it. I think.
Oh,
I can't. I've got to scroll past Ross Kemp there, because I keep straying to that photo I sent you, and it's intense eyeballs.
He's got it all going on there. Mind you, that was the hallmark of his acting. It's all in the eyes. It was all really intense. Yeah.
Yeah, and then oh god, might as well carry on with it for a sec, because he was in it. And do you remember when they then brought in Martin Kemp and everyone?
Now that's weird, because I was gonna bring that up.
And everyone's like, "Are they brothers?" No. No, it's just not. You know what? It's entirely possible for two people to have the same name.
Yes, it's not that uncommon a surname, actually, Kemp.
No,
but he had a rather good car, I seem to recall.
Oh, what
you remember his car? His character died in it because he crashed it whilst being chased by Phil Mitchell in his XJ40.
No, I can't remember. As much as I was trying to dredge it up from my brain box.
It exploded in a fireball while he was still in it. It was a BMW 635 CSI.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought it was a shame they smashed up something quite so good.
Oh, I remember that. Yes. Oh.
Yeah. That was the death of his character.
That wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
I do remember that car.
635 CSI. There was quite a lengthy chase with him in the Beamer and Mitchell in the XJ40.
Bloody hell, they must have spent all their budget on that episode then.
So that's all gone, isn't it? Yes, on those two. Yes.
I love that, though, when British soaps go, right, we're saving up, we're going to do a big in here, boys.
Yeah, and they do a proper hardcore chase with two proper cars.
Yeah, someone thought about that like that. Nicely done.
That was a good choice. Yeah, that was a good car. It's just a shame they blew it to pieces.
Shame they didn't swap that out for a TR7 and all.
It didn't look like it. No, that isn't the same. That isn't the same shape.
No. Oh no. Well remembered.
There we go.
I like that. Right.
But yes, it was interesting that you bring up the other Kemp, because I was about to for that reason.
Well, that's it, because they go, oh, was he his brother? You go, no, he does actually have quite a famous brother anyway.
Yes, he does. He was actually more famous for something other than EastEnders.
Yes, you do realise that he was quite the musician, and still is.
And still is, and was quite successful.
Yes,
Yes,
and well, with his brother, obviously.
indeed.
Interesting. I'm just gonna name drop. Actually, I will be
Mm,
seeing Gary Kemp at the weekend.
will you now? How
Yes.
have you managed that?
Well, I'm not popping out for a beer with him, but he will.
Oh,
No, 2 years and a bit later from booking it, I'm gonna go and see Nick Mason. He's
oh, okay,
he's
yeah.
he's set up his own little band called Saucer Full of Secrets, and they're basically touring Pink Floyd's really, really early work, the psychedelic stuff. And Gary
Okay.
Kemp is on guitars.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So right,
Excellent work,
we're all
sir.
over the shop there. So right,
We are, aren't we? What a weird episode this has
yeah,
become.
right. Well, I'm good. God, I'm gonna have to think of something witty and EastEnders related to call it.
You really are.
God, I
You
don't know.
looking at my jag?
Right. Yeah, before we go too far down the rabbit, might actually know if we're going to talk about Kemp brothers. How can you go from bloody come on, brain, Spandau Ballet to a film producer or director or whoever it was went, should we cast those two as the Krays?
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
They liked to jag.
they did, but
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
No, that is a
Because,
bit strange, isn't it?
well, it was kind of, well, Spandau Ballet were kind of new wave, new romantic kind
Yeah,
of thing.
very much so. Yeah, very 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go, menacing Cockney villains? No, not even close.
Not even remotely similar. No.
But there we go.
Yes, that was a bit odd, I grant you.
Okay, before I dredge anything else up, we'll wrap it up, and I hope everyone enjoyed EastEnders as much as we did. Then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've come up with some golden memories there.
Yeah, we're going to drag everyone back to the 80s and 90s. It's going to be pure nostalgia this week.
Oh, we got Rover SD1s and XJs and 6 Series Beamers and all sorts. Yes,
That's it. We've got once famous actresses sprawled over Mondeos. All done.
What an image. Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.